Beginning on December 29th, the Eastern Theater Command of the Chinese People's Liberation Army is organizing the Justice Mission 2025, an exercise deploying forces from the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Rocket Force to the Taiwan Strait.
I strongly condemn any actions that escalate regional conflict. My position remains firm. We want dialogue, not confrontation. We want peace and prosperity, not turbulent relations.
While President Trump hosts Ukrainian President Zelensky at his Mar-a-Lago estate for high-stakes talks aimed at resolving the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Chinese President Xi Jinping has issued direct orders to the People's Liberation Army to strategically encircle a key U.S. ally, signaling a bold and aggressive escalation in the region. Just one day after Russia issued a stern warning regarding potential instability around Taiwan, China has dramatically shifted its military posture by launching an extensive series of major war drills, underscoring Beijing's readiness to assert dominance amid rising international pressures. China's military officially announced on Monday that it was mobilizing a massive array of Army, Navy, Air Force, and rocket units to surround and pressure Taiwan, marking one of the most comprehensive deployments in recent years designed to demonstrate overwhelming operational capability. These Justice Mission 2025 drills come just days after the United States announced its largest-ever arms package to Taiwan, a move that has clearly provoked Beijing into this forceful display of military might and strategic intent. The drills began exactly 11 days after the Trump administration revealed an $11.1 billion arms sales agreement to Taiwan, highlighting how swiftly China responds to perceived threats to its territorial claims with overwhelming shows of force. In the days immediately following the U.S. arms move, China escalated further by pushing forward live-fire drills that effectively sealed off 5 critical zones around Taiwan for a full 10 hours, disrupting maritime traffic and sending a clear message of potential isolation. China has now added entirely new warning zones as part of Justice Mission 2025, which nearly cover the entire Taiwan Strait, creating a virtual no-go area that amplifies the sense of encirclement and imminent threat. The People's Liberation Army plans to rigorously test its maritime and air combat readiness during these exercises, including simulated port blockades and precision strikes on key strategic areas, all aimed at honing skills for real-world scenarios.
Beginning on December 29th, the Eastern Theater Command of the Chinese People's Liberation Army is organizing the Justice Mission 2025 exercise, deploying forces from the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Rocket Force to the Taiwan Strait, areas to the north, southwest, southeast, and east of the Taiwan Island, focusing on subjects of sea-air combat readiness patrol, joint seizure of comprehensive superiority, blockade on key ports and areas, as well as all-dimensional deterrence outside the island chain. With vessels and aircraft approaching the Taiwan Island in close proximity from different directions, troops of multiple services engage in joint assaults so as to test their joint operations capabilities. It is a stern warning against Taiwan independence separatist forces, and it is a legitimate and necessary action to safeguard China's sovereignty and national unity.
Chinese state media released a striking map that overlays the exercise zones from the 2022, 2024, and now 2025 operations around Taiwan in a single image, visually illustrating the progressive expansion and intensification of Beijing's military pressure over time. According to PLA spokesperson Shi Yi, Chinese vessels and aircraft will approach Taiwan in dangerously close proximity from multiple different directions, coordinating a multi-axis operation to overwhelm defenses and test response capabilities. Taiwan has sharply criticized these startling Chinese drills, labeling them a direct and provocative challenge to international norms, regional stability, and the principles of freedom of navigation in one of the world's busiest waterways. Taiwan's defense ministry reported on Monday that it had detected a significant number of Chinese aircraft along with 11 warships operating around the island, prompting heightened alert status and close monitoring of every movement. Taiwan's president has urgently urged China not to misjudge the current situation and risk becoming a dangerous troublemaker in the region, emphasizing the need for restraint to avoid broader conflict that could destabilize Asia and beyond. Beijing has repeatedly accused Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te of actively pursuing so-called Taiwan independence, a charge that China views as an existential threat justifying its increasingly aggressive military posturing and rhetoric. The drills also come in the wake of Beijing expressing deep anger over recent remarks by Japan's Prime Minister Sonai Takeichi, whose comments have further inflamed tensions across the Indo-Pacific theater. Prime Minister Takeichi explicitly stated that Japan could respond with military action if China were to move aggressively to take control of Taiwan by force, a bold declaration of readiness to defend shared democratic interests. China's Communist Party continues to assert that self-ruled and democratic Taiwan rightfully belongs to it as an inseparable part of its sovereign territory, a long-standing claim that fuels these recurring cycles of military intimidation and diplomatic standoffs.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.